Samsung has been churning out a range of devices bearing the S4 branding recently. Not only do we have the flagship phone, but now the S4 Mini, S4 Active and S4 Zoom have all joined the lineup. But with so many variants populating the market, does Samsung risk diluting its hero product? TechRadar Mobile's editor Gareth Beavis certainly thinks so.
The thing about Samsung is it's always been a manufacturer that's done loads of different devices at loads of different price points. It gives consumers options, and that's a really good thing. But what it's done with the Galaxy S4 is taken the components of it and pulled it down into a mini, into a more rugged active handset, and taken the camera, made it into the zoom. And while that's good for consumers to have options, giving it the S4 name says, you know what, the phone's a little bit too expensive, so have an S4 Mini which is cheaper. You know what, the phone maybe is a little bit too fragile, have a rugged version. The camera's not as good as it could be, we've done an S4 Zoom. Now, while that's not really true, the flagship is fine and all those counts, it says to consumers, you know what, there may be problems with the main phone, so really think about what you want. You've now got so many different variants of the same handset that consumers could get confused over which S4 they really want. This isn't really a problem for Samsung in the short term. You know, the Galaxy S4 is a really big phone, and attaching the S4 name to these devices will probably help them sell better than they would have done. But in the long term, you've got to question whether consumers are going to want to buy the S5 when they know so many different variants are going to be coming. Already we've seen the stock price tumble a little bit when more variants were announced, so Samsung needs to be careful. It needs to keep people focused on its devices and make them really want to buy them. The solution for Samsung is simple. Make sure you keep your key products right front and centre with people so they know that they yearn for it rather than just thinking, oh, that's a phone that I should buy right now. So when the Galaxy S5 comes, make it the Galaxy S5. Make it the phone that people really want to buy. It's got the best specs, the top-end camera and that kind of thing. If you're going to do a camera phone, great, but make sure it's its own product category. If you want a camera phone, buy this. But it's not a Galaxy S5 camera, it's a great camera by itself. Similarly with the active range, the X-Cover line that Samsung's had for years has done really well. Make it more about that. Say, these are our rugged phones, they're just as good, but they're a separate product line. So all Samsung really needs to do is keep consumers interested in the right category points. Don't dilute it by calling them all the Galaxy S5, Galaxy S6 different versions. Make the Galaxy S5 what it is, and make the rest of the phones exactly what the consumers want them to be.